How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. You guys are too kind. This is the NES Happy Hour with Fitz, this little guy, and Master G, myself. Easy, easy. I think he's going to vacate the room momentarily. Well, thanks for joining us today. We got a great episode planned. This, of course, is the NES Happy Hour. I am your host, Master G. And on this show, we play some retro video games together. That's right, folks. Let's get that camera reset. There we go. We're playing our way through the entire NES library. We are determined, folks. Determined to play every single game from the 80s and 90s on the original Nintendo console that was ever released. Now, so far in my collection, I've only got about 400 of them. But I do have these awesome reproduction cases with all the box art, yeah? And I do have the original game manuals as well, yeah? And I like to share those with you on the show too. So that's what I'm getting at, folks. This show is a little bit more than just the gameplay. We're not just going to fire up these games and play for a couple hours. It's a whole production. It's completely live. It's completely unscripted. I make it up as I go. It is a happy hour theme, so we're going to do a little introduction. We'll tell you about our game that we're featuring today, and then we're going to go right into the cocktail segment, because you can't have happy hour without some fancy cocktails. And we're in Season 5 here at the NES Happy Hour, and Season 5 brings you 2 cocktail recipes to pair with every single game we feature on each and every episode. We're going to give you an alcoholic cocktail recipe, and I'll be drinking that one on the show today, because, you know, this is my happy hour after all. And we're also going to feature a non-alcoholic mocktail. Both games are completely original recipes, both cocktails and mocktails are completely original recipes designed and conceived of by our very own mysterious mixologist, fan of the show. So we've got some great cocktail recipes planned. I'm going to show you how to make each one, and then we'll do a little toast, and we'll get into it with that game manual. And, we're going to speed to that segment, because the game we're playing today, Crystalis, I hope that's how you pronounce it, Crystalis, I call it Crystalis. It's an RPG, and it's got a healthy manual, a very thick one that explains all the different items in the game, all the different shops, all the different skills, the different spells. This game's an action RPG. It's kind of in the vein of Zelda, although it's much later in the NES life cycle. The graphics are much better, but the gameplay is a little repetitive, if you ask me. That doesn't make it not a great game. I think it's a pretty fun game, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. It's a shame we only have an hour to play it. That's right. If you've ever tuned in before, you know we only get an hour to play these games. So we'll do the setup, we'll do the cocktails, we'll read the manual together, then we play the game for an hour, and then we close the show with our bar trivia challenge to go with our happy hour theme, guys. I love bar trivia. I scoured the internet ahead of the show. I've prepared 5 multiple choice questions. This game was tough to pull questions for. You know, I gotta go in all different directions. I gotta get some history, some science, some geography, some pop culture, movies. You know, I find different ways to pull in different questions to connect them to the game. It's all a lot of fun. It's fun for our live viewers, if you are tuning in live, because I'll put the chat up on the screen, and it's multiple choice. You get 10 seconds to answer each question. You shout out your answers. Guess if you must, A, B, C, or D. You might even go 5 for 5. It's really hard to do. In fact, we've had 2 times this season where someone's gone 5 for 5, for a grand total of 6 so far since we started doing this show, since we started hosting Bar Trivia. This is season 5. This is our 92nd episode. We've only had 6 contestants go 5 for 5, so the trivia is pretty hard. But it's pretty fun, and I promise you'll leave the show with more useless information in your head than you had when we started. So that's that. Let's talk about the game, folks. It's Crystalis. This, as I mentioned, is an RPG. This one's developed and released by SNK. MCATs, good to see you in the chat. If anybody else is tuning in live, say hello. I'll give you the shout-outs you deserve. As I was saying, Crystalis, it's an RPG. It's an action RPG. not a JRPG from the NES era. That means it's more like Zelda. It's live action. You don't walk around on a map and trigger battles and then do turn-based combat. You're walking around on a map with enemies all the time. They're constantly spawning. They're constantly hunting you down. You're killing them in real time with your weapons, with your skill and abilities on the map. That's what makes this game different. It's a weird little hybrid, like futuristic, also fantasy. You can see the box art there. You got that weird guy with his little sword and his little shield, fighting all kinds of weird monsters, floating eyeballs, werewolves, mudmen, in some sort of jungly forest swamp there. The premise is this. Let me explain. When the Great War engulfed the world, bringing civilization as we know it to an end, it ushered in a new era of sorcery and magic. The magicians used their magic to keep order, and peace reigned for 100 years, until an evil magician named Dragon, seeking to control and dominate his fellow men, began to use his powers for destruction and conquest. To combat Dragon's evil, the other magicians constructed 4 powerful swords, elemental swords actually, swords of wind, fire, water, and thunder. Used together, the swords would transform into the mightiest weapon ever created, the sword Crystalis. So that's where this game gets its name. It's the name of the ultimate weapon in the game, the final sword, the sword you need to defeat the end boss and win this RPG. But Dragon seized the weapons, and he scattered them far and wide throughout the land. Only one hope remained. A young lad, himself a great magician, who had been imprisoned in a cave and frozen during the Great War. Though they knew it might destroy them, the wise magicians pooled all of their powers in an attempt to revive him. When the boy awoke, his mind a blank, even his name forgotten, they had vanished, the magicians, leaving him to find his destiny all alone in this strange new world. In Crystalis, you play the role of the young magician, making your way through Dragon's hostile land in an effort to locate the weapons you will need to defeat him. Dragon's monsters and black magic will threaten you at every turn, but you must not falter. Only you can deliver the world from his scourge of evil. Got some good little screenshots on the back of the box. The manual is a pretty fun one, and the game itself has really great graphics. Really great graphics for a game of its era. I didn't have this RPG when I was a youngster there, but I did love the Dragon Warrior series and the Final Fantasy game that was released on the NES here in North America. I also love Zelda, but to be honest, I did not even know this game existed. I had never heard of it in my life until I started collecting NES games a couple of years ago. So I got this game really early on in my collection and played it, and I did really enjoy it. I think, it goes in a category of action RPGs from the NES era that is dominated first and foremost by Zelda. Let's be real here. Zelda, the first Zelda, the original Zelda, one of the greatest games of all time. That's an action RPG. That sort of started the genre of action RPGs. Some folks also like Star Tropics and Zoda's Revenge. 2 games, the first and then the sequel. Those are, I believe, considered action RPGs. There are a few other games that are loosely considered action RPGs. This one is one of those games. So I don't know. Is this your top ranking action RPG? It depends on which games you had, I guess. If you never had Zelda, if you never had Star Tropics or those games, and this is the one you had, it's probably your favorite. Now, I will say this. One critique I have of this game, and you're not going to feel it in today's gameplay segment because we only have an hour and these are RPGs. They take 20, 30, 40 hours of grinding and grinding and grinding and advancing your character and working your way through the world to beat. Obviously, we're not going to see enough of this game for you to make a true judgment, but I will tell you this. I've played through over half of it when I first picked this game up in my collection early on, like a year ago, and I kind of lost interest, and I'm going to tell you why. The reason is that it gets very formulaic, right? So instead of being just this kind of completely open world mystery like Zelda, I remember Zelda. I remember exploring. I remember playing Zelda for hours and hours and hours, having that game for 6, 7 months, and then finding a secret on one of the screens that I visited 1,000 times before and never knew that there was like a secret cave on that screen. It's that like open world where you can go everywhere and you have to figure out, how to find these dungeons and stuff. This game's not like that. It's linear, right? So you start in a place and there's a couple dungeons and a couple bad guys that give you, relevant experience and gold to purchase the items in the town or two. And, one dungeon, you have to find some item that you use in another dungeon. And then when you have that, you go to the town, you talk to someone, it opens up a pathway, you fight a boss, you go to the next area on the map, right? But when you get there, you find out, okay, it's a swamp this time. Maybe it'll be different, but it's not really different. All the enemies are just like slightly leveled up. They give you slightly more experience, slightly more gold. There's another town in that area and another couple of dungeons, and you go through the dungeons, you find some new unique item that you got to use in the other dungeon, and you use it there and it unlocks a path, and then go to the town, you talk to someone, you got advance. And this goes on and on and on. In fact, I think I went through like 3 or at least 5 stages, and it just got to the point where like there just wasn't enough variety. I kept upgrading everything. I kept grinding away. But every time you opened up a new area, it was just do the same thing again. Figure out where the hidden item is, how to get it, what do you need to get it. Then go to the other dungeon, walk around in there, use the item in there, open up a pathway, beat a boss, upgrade your sword, and move on. So that's my one critique about this game. The music's fantastic. The graphics are fantastic. The mechanics are very fun. They're probably just as fun as Zelda or even more fun. The story's great as well. I can't knock the story. I love the story. The problem is just like the design of the game. It just gets very repetitive. It's linear. It doesn't feel like an open world. It feels like you're being funneled through that grind, take this item here, kill this many things, upgrade your sword. It's just so formulaic. You get bored with it after a while, and that's kind of what happened to me. So let's get into it. We got to do the cocktails. Let me tell you about the cocktails. Let's do those first, then we'll read the manual. There is our alcoholic cocktail named after the game itself, the sword in the game, the Crystalis sword. It's a pretty simple one. It's a pretty fierce cocktail, I'll tell you that. It's about 2 ounces of scotch, 2 ounces of dry vermouth. Depending on how much you want to drink, it doesn't matter how much you put in there. Just equal parts good old-fashioned scotch and some dry vermouth, like a martini, like an old-school martini, except with scotch. You're going to add some orange bitters, and you want to shake that all up in your cocktail shaker till it's so cold that you can't keep your hand on the shaker any longer, and it'll make all these little ice crystals form. It'll be ice cold. You strain it into your martini glass, or one of these fancy glasses here. Garnish it with a lemon twist. Mine's in the drink there, and you have yourself one made to order Crystalis cocktail to enjoy as you're playing the game Crystalis on the Nintendo Entertainment System console. Cheers, folks. All right. As we always say here on the show, Fitz and Master G do not condone underage drinking of any kind. So, if you're not of legal drinking age, do not mix yourself up one of these. I guarantee you will not enjoy it. It's a refined taste. You need a refined palate to enjoy one of these. You have to be a Scotch fan, and it's quite strong. But fear not, because in Season 5, we also have designed a non-alcoholic mocktail recipe for you to enjoy. And this one has a much better name. It's actually named after an item in this game. I told you, a lot of this game is collect an item, locate it in a dungeon, deliver it to someone, get an item that you need for a different dungeon, and beat a boss there. At some point, you have to gather yourself one fruit of Repun in this game, and that's why we've named our non-alcoholic mocktail, the Fruit of Repun. It starts the same way with, well, I guess we don't have the cocktail shaker here, but you can, if you have a cocktail shaker and you want to practice, feel free to put some ice in that shaker, add equal parts apple juice and orange juice, shake it all up, make sure you serve it real cold, strain it into your own cocktail glass, and then you top it off with club soda. Make it a little bubbly, a little less sweet. Garnish yours with a lemon twist. It will look very much like the cocktail I'm drinking today, except yours will be a little bit more opaque because of the orange juice there, and probably the apple juice as well. So that is one tasty made-to-order Fruit of Repun in honor of today's game, Crystalis. It, of course, comes Fitz approved because there is no alcohol in it of any kind. It is just as fun to mix up and make and can be enjoyed by folks of all ages anywhere in the world. All you need is some apple juice, some orange juice, and some club soda, and perhaps a lemon twist for garnish. So cheers, folks. I hope you enjoy these cocktail recipes. I hope you can find one to make. If you cannot, or if you don't want to, that's okay too. Grab yourself your favorite drink, grab yourself your favorite snack, and settle in because we got a great show. It's going to be a good one. Cheers. All right. That means it's time for the manual. This is a big manual. I told you it's a thick one. It's not like those little half booklets. It's like a full-on booklet, everything you need to know about the game Crystalis. So I have chopped it into 2 pages at a time so we can get through it a little bit quicker. Not that we want to rush through this manual because honestly, this is one of the greatest manuals ever. I mean, it's all color. It tells you everything you need to know about the awesome story. It tells you about all the items, all the weapons, all the upgrades, all the spells, all the abilities, and all the different shops you need to know about. It's got everything, folks. It's got literally everything. But we're going to have to move through it pretty quick to stay on schedule because I want to make sure we have some time for the game itself. So here you go, guys. The story of Crystalis. It has been said that an ending is merely a beginning in disguise. Who says that? And so it was that when the Great War engulfed the world, bringing civilization as we know it to an end, it ushered in the dawn of a new era, an era in which science and technology were shunned. For they had proven to be mankind's downfall, and the ancient arts of sorcery and magic were revived. As the survivors slowly rebuilt their world, towns and villages began to spring up, and the wisest and most capable of the magicians used their magic to keep order. Peace reigned over the land for 100 years, until a powerful magician named Dragon, intrigued by the forbidden ways of science, began to study the principles of machines and flying. Realizing the power he might wield if he combined his magic with technology, his mind became twisted by the urge to control and dominate his fellow men. Dragon created a computer capable of simulating his magic powers. He placed it in a floating fortified tower, and from this airborne fortress he built and controlled his growing empire until the entire planet was threatened by his ever-spreading evil. In an attempt to combat Dragon, the other magicians constructed a series of powerful swords, along with powerful items to use with these swords. Based on the basic elements of the land, wind, fire, water, and thunder, the 4 swords, if used together at full power, would transform into the next elemental stage, that of crystal. This would be the mightiest weapon ever created, the sword Crystalis. Cheers. Learning of their idea, Dragon seized the weapons, but they had made them too well, and he was unable to destroy them. Knowing they could only defeat him if used together, Dragon scattered the weapons throughout the land and stripped the wise magicians of most of their powers. In desperation, they began to study the writings from the time of the Great War, where they learned of a great magician, the most powerful who had ever lived. He had been imprisoned in a cave and frozen by the evil forces of the Great War, who had hoped to use his powers to control the world after the war. Searching the globe, the wise men found the cave and were amazed to find that the mighty magician frozen within was a mere lad, a boy. Though they knew it might destroy them, they pulled all of their remaining powers in an attempt to will him back to life. When the boy awoke, his mind a blank and even his name forgotten, they had vanished, leaving him to find his destiny in this strange new world. In Crystalis, you play the role of the young magician making your way through the hostile land in an effort to locate the weapons you will need to defeat Dragon. Dragon's monsters and black magic will threaten you at every turn, but you must not falter. Only you can deliver the world from his scourge of evil. Celeste, you are a little bit early. We're still reading through the game manual. We are going to start our gameplay in probably about 10 minutes. So stick around or tune in later. We'll see you then. The controller. Okay, so this is how you control the character, and this is an action RPG, so it is very much skill-based. It's not turn-based. You're running around on a map using your weapons, attacking monsters live on the screen as you go. So control pad moves the hero, start button starts the game. It also sees and cancels the status screen and goes to the subscreen. Select button, see and cancel the subscreen. A button chooses an item on the subscreen. You need to select it, press A to use it. B button is your attack. You're going to be using B a lot while you run around on the map fighting enemies. Press the B button to power up the sword and release the button to attack. So if you hold down the B button, you'll actually charge up your sword and you can like fling fireballs or tornadoes or things like that out of your sword. You can move with the sword powered up. So you probably, as you're running around, hold the B button in to power it up, aim it, unleash it. You know, that's the basic gameplay mechanics for this. Woo, MCats and Celeste both here. It's good to see you guys. Good to see you both. I see other live viewers in the chat. Say hello if you're out there, guys. We got a good crew here. You're going to want to follow these folks on Twitters. Celeste makes some fantastic recipes on a cooking channel, and MCats makes actual movies, like really high quality production short films on his YouTube channel. So you can check both of them out. A little bit different than what we do here on the NES Happy Hour, but still fun to watch. All right, guys, screen structure. So this is what the screen looks like as you're running around. You got your action screen, sub-screens, and the parameters for the hero. So you have your life gauge. You have health, and every time you get hit, you lose it. So if it runs out, the game is over. This is a game that features save states. So save as often as you can. When you're in the villages, you can only save in the towns, because if you die out on the map, the game is over, and you must pick up where your last saved game was. Your force. Each sword has 3 levels of power. Attacks vary depending on the amount of power used. Depending on your force, you power that up holding the B button in. It'll charge it all the way up. Different things happen if you unleash it early, but if it's full force, crazy super attack happens, and there's different ones for every sword, each of the elements. Your experience, you do need to grind a lot in this game. You grind, kill monsters, gain experience, collect gold. You need all this to level up your weapons, to level up your character, gain more health, and all that. And your magic points as well, because there's magic in this game too. All right, money. That's your gold. Kill monsters, collect coins, spend it in the town to upgrade your shields, your armor, your weapons, buy items, health items, antidotes to cure poison, lysis plants to cure paralysis. We'll get to that later. Your magic points. It's needed to use your magic. The consumption of the magic is shown with numerical figures. MP. When you use your magic, lose your MP. When the number goes to 0, you can't use magic anymore. To restore it, you either have to stay at the inn in one of the towns or use an item. There are items that restore magic points. All right. Continue. When you're dead in the middle of the game, the screen will return to the title screen. Oh, here's Fitzy making an appearance, crashing the stream. What's up, buddy? You want to say hi to the people? Look over here. It's Fitzy Bitsy. All right. Once you turn off the power, you can't use this mode, but you can continue at the nearest town. You can save your games, and the cartridge actually keeps your saved games on it. So you can come back to it later, because like I said, this game requires hours and hours of gameplay to actually beat. All right, there's your sub screen. Choose your swords, your armor, your magic, your item. It's basically where you gear up your adventurer. You can also Choose items, consumables, things like that. Equipment, which can be worn, like boots. At some point, you need to get rabbit boots that will allow you to jump really high on the map, and you need those to advance. Items related to the story. Like I said, a lot of this game is going to find an item, giving it to someone else, using it somewhere else, so you can go find more items that you need to find. Your magic is there as well, so you will collect spells as you level up, and it's designated there in the magic row. We'll get to those spells a little bit later in this manual. And, So there's the status screen. Did I skip ahead, or did I go back one? I must have skipped one. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh, I'm missing page 8 and 9 in my manual. Well, I'll read them to you. It's just about controlling the subscreen, giving items away, because you can hand them off to non-player characters throughout the game. And then the system screen, which tells you basically your save states. So you have 3 slots for saved games. You can save them in any slot or overwrite an existing slot. And then, you can save and load your game data as you go. So you're going to have to save your games a lot. And then here we go, the status screen. Yes. During the game, press the start button to see the status screen of the hero. Shows the conditions of the hero at a glance. So it will very quickly tell you what armor you have equipped, what shield you have equipped, what sword you have equipped, your life, your defensive points, your attack points, and your overall level. What condition you're in, like if you're paralyzed or if you're poisoned or if you're normal. There are 16 total levels you can advance your character in the game. As the level goes up, you need to acquire more and more experience points to get to the next level. In fact, quite a bit. As the hero proceeds, his body shows various conditions. I told you about all of those. You could be turned into stone. You could be cursed. Your physical strength, your attack power, it's all relevant. Some enemies are very strong, have very high defense. They take a lot of hits to kill. You also have defensive power, which is very helpful as the game advances. You want to get better armor, get better shields, so you can withstand more attacks from enemies and not lose as much health. Reduces damage. Shield helps to decrease damage as well. B button, name of the sword to use by pressing your B button. So on that screen, it'll tell you what the B button does, and it'll be a sword, because that's the only real weapon. Well, I guess there's bows and arrows in this game, but they're kind of like special items. But yep, typically the B button will control your sword, and this will tell you what sword you currently have equipped. There are 4 of them, the 4 elemental swords. A button will tell you what magic spell you have equipped. Anytime you push the A button with a spell equipped, you will use that spell unless you're out of magic points. Armor tells you what you're wearing, shield as well. It's all for defense and other neat abilities. Your areas and scenes. So your quest takes you through a great variety of areas. They all feel kind of repetitive, if I'm being honest, but Area 1 is the Wind Valley. The Mezami Shrine, the village in Wind Valley, the Cave of Zebu, a wise man lives there, the Windmill Shed, another sealed cave. You have the Cordell Plain, a town for travelers, Tonal's house in the plain, the Maze of Forest, Oak Village, a poisonous swamp, and the Amazonias village. And then Mount Saber. Mount Saber is really aggravating. I don't think we're going to get that far in today's episode, but entrance to the west route, training place of the wise man, entrance to the north. It's a maze. In case you're wondering, it's a maze. Hut of Nadare, on the way of trails, guard station at a barrier, a prison inside a maze of ice, and then the very top of Mount Saber, where, as you may well imagine, there is a boss. 10 areas. The capital of water, more fantastic places, caves, lamps, underground waterways, fortune tellers, the Queen's Palace. Then you go to the Angry Sea. Yes, there's a whole level where you commandeer sort of a pirate ship, and the whole area takes place on the open ocean. Hut to watch the beach, a cave in the sea, Joel Island, a lighthouse on the Cape, Evil Spirit Island, the Sorcerer's Home, and whirlpools. Then you go to a port town named Swan, storage at an inn, and a checkpoint. Area 7 is Mount Hudra, another mountain, probably same as Mount, whatever it was called. What was it called? Mount Saber. There's a fortress there, another temple, another wise man, the Cave of Nupa, and another temple of another wise man. A lot of wise men hiding out in this game world. Area 8 is a fortress city, castle town of Goa. There's courtyards, big castles here, a Shinto priest's altar room on the highest floor, and then Area 9 is the Death Desert. Does not sound fun. There's an oasis there, a desert plain. Sahara is the name of the town, a great pyramid. Another underground cave leads to the highest floor of the pyramid where you'll find the king's room. And then the final area is the tower in the sky where you must defeat Dragon. Here's all the town names: Leaf, Bryn Mawr, Oak, Nedars, Porta, Amazones, Joel, Swan, Chiron, Goa, and Sahara. Here are the types of stores you'll find in the town. You'll find inns. You can recover your hit points and your magic points to full. It also restores you if you're poisoned or paralyzed. You do have to pay to sleep at the inn. There's armor shops. That's where you upgrade your gear, your armor, and shields. They also sometimes have items. There's also a tool shop. You can sell your medicine, herbs, and items there or buy them as well. You have a pawn shop. You can sell unnecessary items and armor you don't want at the pawn shop. And then the tavern. The tavern, folks, a classic. That's where you get all the gossip, all the hints about where you're supposed to go and what you're supposed to do. You might also have a drink while you're there. Cheers. Not every town has all of these types of stores. Some of them only have a few. Types of items. So you have your weapons, your swords, your defensive items, your shields and armor, tools, consumables, worn items, event items, and then your power-up items. You can acquire bracelets and balls. And they basically upgrade your swords, as I understand it. So when you get these, you can equip them, and it will make your elemental sword do crazier attacks when you power it up. There's 3 levels, 1, 2, 3, 3 being the strongest, and it's pretty fantastic. You do need to level these up because some of the special abilities of your weapon will blow up walls in the dungeons, and you need to be able to do that in order to advance through the dungeons. So you do have to collect every single item in the game. There is no superfluous item. Every single thing that exists in this game you absolutely must acquire. I will say that. All right, types of swords. The 5 swords. It starts with the Sword of Wind. It's given by an elder in the Valley of Wind Village, Leaf, where you start. It's the first sword. It launches a wave of vacuum, the vacuum discharge. That's at level 1. At level 2, it fires a piercing bullet. At level 3, it causes a huge tornado that wipes out all enemies in front of the hero. You can destroy rock walls with the Sword of Wind once it's at level 2. You can also then acquire the Sword of Fire. Is put on a pedestal as an object of worship by the dwarf group in the town of Oak. It fires a flame at level 1. At level 2, it fires a piercing flame. It can break ice walls with that piercing flame at level 2, and at level 3, it causes this giant explosion in front of the hero, damages enemies, and a huge area of effect all around you. Eventually, you'll acquire the Sword of Water. It's located in Portoa, the capital of water. It launches an ice wave at level 1. At level 2, it launches a piercing ice wave, which, as you may well imagine, does something fun. It creates ice bridges over rivers. So you'll get into this maze where there's rivers blocking your way, and you have to power up your Sword of Water to level 2 to create an ice bridge to cross over the rivers. Level 3, an ice wave spreads around the hero in a circle. Another powerful area of effect attack. The Sword of Thunder, it's located in a certain place near the village of the wise man Chiron. It's the most powerful sword besides Crystalis. It launches a wave of lightning in level 1. It discharges that lightning wave in 7 directions at level 2 and helps you destroy iron walls. It also, at level 3, flashes lightning like a storm and wipes out every single enemy on the screen. And then once you have all 4 of the elemental swords, they are combined into the one ultimate weapon, Crystalis. Cheers. Given to you by Messiah is a sword with the combined abilities of all 4 swords previous. It can destroy Dyna. Dyna is that main supercomputer that Dragon invented and created in the tower, floating tower in the sky. It is also a key, which makes explosive equipment work in the tower. We're not going to get to the end game today, but important to note, you must forge your 4 elemental swords into the ultimate sword Crystalis. Not only is it a powerful weapon, it is also a key to destroy the floating fortress and the Dyna supercomputer in the sky. All right, you have your defensive shields. Your Carapace Shield, a classic from RPGs. It's made from a shell. Easy to obtain, but defensive power is low. Then your Bronze Shield, then your Platinum Shield, then your Mirrored Shield, which is important. It gives you an extra ability. It guards you against being turned to stone or petrified. You can equip a Ceramic Shield. It's strong against heat and cold. It's in the middle range of defensive power. The Sacred Shield prevents you from being paralyzed by enemies. The Battle Shield has no particular special abilities, but it's just really strong defense. And then the Psycho Shield. It's the strongest one. It prevents you from being poisoned, paralyzed, or petrified. It's very expensive. You also have armor, the Tanned Hide, the Leather Armor, the Bronze Armor, the Platinum Armor, won't rust, lasts for a long time, the Soldier Suit, the Ceramic Suit, the Battle Armor, guards you against poisonous attacks, and the Psycho Armor, strongest one in the game, helps restore your physical strength automatically. So you regen health with the Psycho Armor. You have some consumable tool items. The Medical Herb restores physical strength little by little, can be used while you fight. This is like your potion. It just gives you a little bit of extra health. You have to eat it, so you might want to stock up on herbs before you leave the town and go grinding away. You got your antidotes. They cure poison. You consume it. Lysis plant cures paralysis. You consume it. The fruit of the lime tree cures petrification. Is that a word? When you're petrified, when you're turned to stone, you eat the fruit of the lime tree and you are no longer turned to stone. The fruit of power restores a quarter of your magic points and can be used during fights. The magic ring restores your entire magic point bar and can be used during fight. The fruit of Repun, it's supposed to say Repun. It's a typo in the game manual, for real. It removes an enemy curse, which changes you into a little monster. So Repun will turn you into a little monster, and it's like a polymorph spell that gets cast on you, and it turns you into a little useless creature. So you have to eat the fruit of Repun to turn back into your main character. Warp boots teleport you to a town or village you have already visited. So that's your teleport spell in an item. Your opal statue, if you die, it replenishes all of your life power and you can continue playing from the point where you left off. So that's like an instant revive. You have one in your inventory, you get killed, you get restored. Insect flute. If you play it in a certain place, the insect monster appears. Worn items. Your gas mask protects you from poison gas in the poisonous swamp. You must acquire it. You cannot get through the poison swamp without the gas mask. You just take damage constantly unless you have the gas mask on. The power ring doubles the power of whatever sword you have. The warrior ring shoots a level 1 shouting wave continuously. The iron necklace doubles your defensive power of whatever armor you're wearing. Shield ring doubles the defensive power of a shield. Deo's pendant restores MP automatically while you wear it. It doesn't restore the magic points while you are using magic in a battle. The rabbit boots, I told you about those. They enable you to jump, and you need to jump in Mount Saber to get through the mountain pass. Leather boots maintain your physical strength even when you walk on poisonous ground. And then a whole host of event items: the alarm flute, the windmill key, keys to the prison, keys to the underworld, the fog lamp, the shell flute, the x-ray goggles, the broken statue. It becomes a whole statue when you use the glowing lamp on it. And then, of course, the glowing lamp. You have your whole statue, stops the whirlpools in the angry sea so you can cross. The love pendant. Give it to a wise man, and he will teach you the magic of disguise. The Carissa plant. Give it to the chief of the Amazones tribe, and he will give you a bow and arrows. You got your sacred statues, your bow of the moon, your bow of the sun, your bow of truth. You must use these bow and arrows to destroy the statue of the moon, the statue of the sun, and the emperor of Dragonia. You got the flute of the lime tree, restores petrified people to normal, and the statue of onyx. Give it to a person named Akahana in the town of travelers, and he will give you the gas mask. I told you guys, it's a very item-focused game. Grind, 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 level up, find an item, give it to someone, get a different item, give it to someone else, beat a boss, go find more items. Every one of these items is necessary. You have to find them all, you have to collect them all. You cannot beat the game without every single one. You got your power-up items. Dang. The ball of wind, the ball of fire, the ball of water, the ball of thunder. These you acquire for performing certain tasks, beating certain bosses. These are important because that's what unlocks the extra abilities for your swords. And then you get the bracelets, which unlocks the level 3 abilities for all 4 of the elemental swords. There are also 8 types of magic in this game. The hero doesn't know any magic and can't use any at the start, but he acquires magic by teachings from wise men throughout the game and fulfilling some terms for the wise men while the game's in progress. You have to choose your spell and equip it, and then you press A while you're on the action map, and that will use whatever spell you have equipped. Here are their magic spells. We're almost at the end. Your magic spells are paralysis. It puts enemies and townspeople to sleep for a while. It doesn't affect the wise man. Telepathy allows you to talk with animals, communicate with the wise men, and hear hints about the story. The teleportation spell moves you instantly to any village or town where you've already been before. You can choose from a list. The recovery spell restores your conditions. So if you're poisoned, paralyzed, petrified, the recovery spell will cure you of those ailments. The change spell disguises you as a monk, a woman, a Dragonia soldier, or a merchant at various points throughout the game. To use the following 2 spells, hold the A button down. Your MP will continue to decrease until you release it. So you can equip Barrier, and while you're running around on the map fighting enemies, you can hold down the A button and a barrier will appear around you until you let go of the A button, but it constantly drains your magic points until you let go. Same for Flight. It allows you to dodge things and fly over dangerous places. It uses your magic points continuously while you've got it held down. And then the refresh spell is your heal. So basically, if you equip the refresh spell, you just hold down the A button and your health bar meters up while your magic point bar meters down. So you can heal yourself. So that's basically how that works. And believe it or not, folks, that's it. I didn't realize that was it, but that's it. That's the last page after that. After that, we have the compliance with FCC regulations and your limited warranty, SNK Corporation of America. Boom. There it is, folks. That was the Crystalis manual. It's a very fun manual. It's a great collector's item. I'm very glad I have it in my collection. It does give you hints. It tells you about everything you must collect in this game from all 10 areas, start to finish. You can always consult the manual to try to figure out what the heck you're supposed to do next. But I've been talking for a long time, and we are overdue for a little break. So we're going to take a short 3-minute break, and when we return, I will fire up this game and we'll be playing some Crystalis here on the NES Happy Hour with Fitz and Master G. Meet me back here in 3 minutes. We'll see you then. Back to the NES Happy Hour with Fitz and Master G. We're about to play some Crystalis. It's tough to do RPGs on the show because they're such long games and we only have an hour to play. But fortunate for you, I have a very nice copy of this game and we should not have any trouble with glitches. Here's the setup. Savage war engulfs the world as civilization is destroyed. Look at those graphics. Evolution had taken place, the Earth's axis shifted, and all creatures became mutated. Those surviving vowed not to repeat their mistakes of the past, erected a great tower in the sky. To oppress evil forever. There it is, Crystalis. So we'll just start fresh. I do have some save states. I told you I played through this game a little bit before. There's a dragon. Flying dragons. 100 years have passed. Most of the Earth has become dominated by mutated creatures. It's fantastic graphics for this game. I love it. People worked together to rebuild their villages and their lives, but they still lived in fear. As they feared the rebirth of evil, they remembered the construction of the tower and of its consequences once activation had begun. Once evil emerged, would they still stand a chance? There was still one hope. Program 256 functional, system 1024 functional, condition green, input code name. Oh, this is where you yeah, this is your saved state. Let's see if I can do a Master G. Here we go. Master G. Uh-oh. Oh no. Okay, I'm just gonna be G. G. That's me. I don't have enough space for Master G. That's okay, though. Whoa! I've been unfrozen. That's me. That's the character, the protagonist, the young magician, frozen in ice from before the Great War. See? I'm controlling him. Pretty sweet, right? Pretty sweet, right? All right, let's leave the cave. Whoa! Hey, there's a guy coming out of the cave! Alright, you can't attack in the town. Can you attack out here? I guess I don't have a sword yet. This is the village of Leaf. There are great dangers outside of town. Please be careful. So you just run into people and it talks to the NPC characters. You have finally awoken. This money is from the wise man, Zebu. It's yours. Oh, sweet. Cash. $100. Cold, hard cash. There's the inn. That's where you go to replenish all your health. Looks like an armory and an item shop. Let's talk to this guy. The wind here is always cold, but we're used to it. Do you guys love it, or do you love it? It's classic 8-bit RPG. Top notch. Oh, it's you. I'm sorry I ran from you when we first met. Zebu says he is having a hard time with the windmill guard. He's always sleeping. Let's go in here. Let's talk to this guy. I'm the village elder. You awoke from inside the cave, didn't you? We were told you would arrive. You are our last hope to defeat evil. Receive this sword to protect you on your quest. This and others like it will guide you. Sword of Wind. Jackpot. Our first of the elemental swords. Let's talk to this young lad. There's an old windmill to the north, but I've never seen it working. Perhaps I should investigate it. If you ever need to wake anyone up, use the alarm flute. It never fails. Can I look over here? Alright. What's in here? No, I already talked to that guy. Oh, it's like a little, oh, it's a rabbit. It's a little rabbit fella. Q, Q. Is that the sound rabbits make? Q, 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 Q? I think it's a rabbit. Right, that's a rabbit. Alright, it's a rabbit. Just some random rabbit. Alright, so, ooh, let's talk to this guy. Did you visit the elder's house yet? I did, and he hooked me up with a sword, bro. What's in here? Did I go in here? Oh, I did. This is where I started. Alright, so let's see what kind of items we have for sale. Do you wish to buy? Yes. I can buy a tanned hide or a carapace shield. I'm going to say no because I don't actually know what items I have equipped. Alright, so my condition normal. I have 48 hit points. I have no armor or shield equipped. This is my item screen. All your items, your magic, your sword, armor, shield, and power. Okay, so I don't have anything equipped. And this is where you would save. So you have to, I think you have to be in a town to save. So yeah, that's that. Let's start with armor and buy us the tanned hide. So I've purchased my tanned hide. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Equip it. Now I'm using the tanned hide and the sword of wind. Excellent, excellent. Woo, juke. Alright, let's go fight some things. You guys want to see me fight things, right? So that's your like normal sword attack when you push B. I don't have any spells yet, but A would cast a spell if I had one. If you hold down B, you power it up. You see that? And then it shoots or does something crazy. You know what I mean? Which is obviously a more powerful attack. But it's like an action RPG like Zelda, right? So, you know, it's like an open map and there's trees and plains and slimes, blue slime, the classic blue slime. And they all kind of respawn too. So like they'll keep spawning, you know, and you just run around like looking for things. They'll also chase you. They will chase you. So like, see, these guys are like trying to gang up on me here. So get experience points and get coins. That's the name of the game. You gotta grind. And you gotta explore these, like, levels, too, you know? See, I'll use his power up and hit him. It was a little overkill for the blue slime. But see, all that monster slaying only got me 4 experience points and 6 gold coins. 6. That's right. It's a grindy game, folks. That's what I mean by, like, we're only playing this for an hour. Like, we're not gonna get very far, I'll tell you that. Oh, also your powered up attack goes, like, through people, too. So let's see what we can find here. Anything? I don't know where I don't remember level 1. There's something over here? No. Got some slimes here. More blue slimes. Where were they? There he is. Whoa. Whoa. See, I took damage. Oh man, that hitbox is a mess. 2 shots for those guys. Alright, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where at all I am headed. A lot of exploring, a lot... Oh, here we go. This looks promising. I felt like there's going to be an enemy here. Uh-oh. Dungeon time! Oh, dang. Uh-oh. A wall. A dead end. Fitz, I hear you weeping. You want to come up here and sit with me? Sit up here with us. Don't be a grumble. Don't be a little gremlin. If you're gonna just sit on the floor and weep, come sit with us. We're playing Crystalis. Do you want to see? I really thought there were going to be enemies. Oh, it's the windmill. Alright, let's investigate this windmill. See what it is. Alright. Nodak Express Gaming. Did you play this one when you were a youngster? I did not, man. I didn't even know this game existed when I was little. Played all the Dragon Warriors, though. How do I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. So there's nothing to do in here unless I forgot an item or something. I don't know. I wonder if I can just like blast it. Just blast it. Nope. Can I spin it if I... So I gotta get this windmill started. Clearly that is something that must be done. However, this cave is just a big dead end, and I don't know how to start the windmill. It's always better to use your ranged attacks. Power one up. I feel like we haven't quite explored everything in this like area, but maybe we have. Coins. Ah, here we go. Oh no, wait, no, this is... Oh, look at this mysterious door. Oh, I guess I better power up my sword to level 2 so I can blow up rock walls. Because I think that's a discolored wall that must be one that needs... Oh, cave! Here we go, folks. I'm only half health, though. I'm kind of worried. I need to be careful here. Oh, God. My game did glitch. Look at that. Oh, that sucks. Oh, I've never even seen that before. I've played through almost all of this game. Never glitched once. Good thing we didn't get too far. That sucks. That sucks on like an RPG game to have a glitch like that. Because we only have an hour to play. Alright, here. I'm just going to be G this time. G. Do, 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 do. Save your game often, folks. That's the lesson. That's the lesson here. Alright, let's go get our sword again. I think we need to talk to these people. Give me my sword, bro. Give me my sword of wind. Whoop, whoop. Excellent. We never went into the item shop. Maybe there's an item we're supposed to buy. I need the alarm flute. I'm gonna buy the alarm flute. Oh, I don't have the money yet. Alright, so I won't buy armor this time. I'll buy the alarm flute, because you have to wake up the guy. That's what it was. You gotta wake up the guy in the windmill. Who's the one who gave me $100? Was it this guy? It was this guy. Hooking me up. Alright, we'll buy the alarm flute, and then we'll buy the shield, because the shield's only 50. Okay, buy the alarm flute. No. And then buy the shield. Get out of the way, lady. I'm trying to go in this armory. I do wish to buy... Oh, it's 80. Oh, man. So I need to grind. I need to grind and get 130 gold to get all the items. That sucks. Because that's going to mean killing 130 of these little silly monsters. Power up. Oh, I gotta equip it first. Hold on. I gotta equip it. Alright, now we're equipped. Now we're equipped. Powered up. Here we go. Where was the windmill? There's supposed to be like a guy sleeping, no? Whoop. I don't have my tanned hide this time, so I need to be careful. I need to be careful and not get killed. There's something about using the flute, I think, in the windmill to like wake a guy up or something. Is there a guy I need to wake up? Like, is that what you do here? I don't remember. Is the alarm flute? Okay, now I'm using it. What does that mean? I just hit A? Nothing happens. I use the alarm flute. Nothing happens. Alright. Fine. We'll go to the other place. Hopefully it won't glitch out this time. Unequip the alarm flute. There's a guy somewhere we gotta wake up with that flute. I'm positive. I'm positive there's some guy sleeping somewhere who needs to fix the windmill or something. Something silly like that, you know? It's always something silly like that with these games, right? Power up my, this guy. This little bear cat thing. Whatever it is. I don't know. Whoa! Some coinage, because I'm gonna need some gold. I'm gonna need some gold after we're done with this, this cave here. There we go. No glitch that time. Are there enemies? Where are the enemies? There's not enough enemy. Oh, okay. It's this guy. Ah, Zebu. The wise man Zebu here. You're the one we've been waiting for. Try to make the windmill work. If you can do this, I will teach you some magic. Well, I was trying to make the windmill work, bro. But like, I couldn't. Guys, who knows how to make the windmill work? Someone in the chat knows. I know one of you knows. I know one of you knows how to make the windmill work. I got the alarm flute. I went to the windmill. Maybe we have to go back to the town and talk to someone again, now that we've, like, investigated. I need to figure out how to get the windmill working. That's what I have to do before he'll give me lessons to upgrade my weapon. I did visit the Elder. Maybe I'll visit the Elder again. Maybe he's got more. Zebu says he's having a hard time with the windmill guard. He's always sleeping. Well, I just talked to Zebu. He didn't tell me anything about the windmill guard. Please be careful. Our destiny is in your hands. Yeah, old windmill to the north. You've never seen it working. If you ever need to wake anyone up, use the alarm flute. It never fails. Here, let's sleep in the inn. Recharge our health. Ooh, 16 gold to sleep in the inn? That's pricey. I have to kill so many monsters to get 16 gold. It's disgusting. Alright. Maybe let's go back and talk to Zebu again. I feel like if Zebu was really having trouble with the windmill guard, he would have said something to me, you know? And he was silent. He didn't say a thing. I'm gonna go talk to Zebu again, see what's up. What you got for me, Zebu? Use your power to open the... Oh. Okay. So maybe my level 1 Sword of Wind is actually capable of opening that miscolored rock wall. That must be it. That must be it. Oop, this guy. Watch out for this guy. He's coming in hot. He's coming in hot. Right here. Ah? Boom. What? Boom. I used my power. That's my only power. I don't have any other power, dudes. That's it. That's the only power I have. Maybe I'll use the alarm flute here. Nothing happens. Ugh, Mitch, how do I get this windmill to start? Whoa, slime central over here. What is this? Blue slimes all over the place. We got a slime infestation here. We went a little long with the manual, Mitch, so we're gonna be streaming a little bit longer than we normally do. Look for the bridge and cross it. Oh, okay. What do you mean the? Oh, this guy. He's like asleep now. He wasn't there the first time I came in here. He wasn't there until I talked to Zebu. All right, here we go. We got the alarm flute. We're good to go. We're good to go. We got this. Wake up, dude. I mean, nothing happens. There we go. What's up, dude? Huh? What was that? Don't do that again. It's you. Please don't tell Zebu. Take this to start the windmill. Zebu says a strange ball is hidden in these caves. He says it can break rock walls. I feel like the blue slime is really just a staple of RPGs. I don't know why everybody just accepts that the first enemy in every RPG should be a blue slime, but they do. Alright. Oh, come on. Wait, hold on. I need to unequip the flute. Oh, no, I already used it. Oh, he gives me the windmill key. Boom. Alright, well, I'm gonna go deal with that windmill, and then we're gonna go talk to Zebu and get an upgrade for our sword. Windmill key. Windmill key. The windmill begins to work. Voila. Alright, now we got a windmill working. Boom. That blows up a rock wall for some reason. We can get back over there in just a moment. But we do need to grind a little bit. We need to upgrade. Like, we don't have any armor or shields because we don't have enough gold. So I'm gonna... Oh, man. Right out the gate, this blue slime right at me. Right at me. The graphics are real good in this game. I'm glad you said something because, like, it's top notch. The music's really catchy. I told you, the only problem I have with this game is that it's super repetitive. Like, every new area is exactly like the last one. You know, go find an item, deliver it to someone else, go to the different cave. You know what I mean? Like, it's all just very item focused. Collect items. You know? It's not like an open world. like Zelda. It's very linear and very one stage at a time, and each stage is solved in a very similar way. I'm trying to get some gold so I have enough for like some armor. You know what I mean? Because it costs 16 to sleep at the inn, and the armor's 100, and I only have 65 gold. I need to kill more of these guys. It's a good thing they just keep respawning. Do those only give me 2 coins? Fine, we'll just talk to Zebu. I'll be grinding all day to get enough gold to buy the first armor and the first shield in the game. Be crazy. We'll be here for hours. Zebu, I've done well. Teach me the magic of refresh. I now have refresh. Oh, so the sword upgrade you need to blow through this wall, because that's what the level 2 of this sword does. It blows through walls. That must be in the other little pathway. Okay, let's go over there and make sure we don't die. It'd be a tragedy if I lost my life here, you know? Tragedy. We had to repeat this all over again. I think it's like a dungeon though. It might actually be like really dangerous now that I think of it. Let's see if there's a lot of enemies in here. Oh, there are. I need to grind. See, that's what I mean already. You just gotta grind like crazy, you know? Look, I'm not powerful enough. This took 4 hits. He just took 4 hits, 5 hits, 6 hits, 7 hits. Is he unkillable? He is unkillable, this like green slime. I gotta get some armor, guys. I think I'm gonna die, and if I die, we're gonna have to start over. I don't want that. Because we don't have a lot of time. I don't have a lot of time to highlight this awesome game for you guys. This is just the first area. Like, there are 10 areas that you have to conquer, so to speak. Or solve, depending on how much you like solving RPG puzzles. But one thing I do know is that you should consider upgrading your armor every town to the best you can get. Excellent! Your level is increased. Boom. We're on level 2 now. There's only 16 levels you can advance. We can buy a shield. Should we buy a shield? A carapace shield? Let's buy a carapace shield because we have 80 gold. May as well. And then we'll save our game. I purchased the carapace shield. Excellent. Excellent. Equip it. I am now using it. How do I save the game? Let's save the game. We're going to have to overwrite one of my real life saved games. Let's see here. Select and then select. No, select and then start. And then save. Over game 1. Yes. Alright. Now we have a shield. I still don't feel like it's gonna help me much. Like, if I can't defeat those little green slimy guys, we're in trouble. Like, I don't have a weapon that can beat them, I don't think. Oh, but I'm level 2 now, so I can hit these guys. I can kill these guys in one power-up shot. Oh, maybe I just needed to advance to level 2 to be able to defeat the little green slimes. Maybe that's all it was. Or was it over here? No, it was over here. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Let's see if I can now kill them. It made the sound like I was hurting them. Yep, that's all it was. You just gotta get to level 2. Doesn't tell you that in the manual, but... Ooh, they give me a lot of gold. I need to farm these guys. No, they only give me 2 gold. What am I saying? Dungeon crawling. Time for a good old-fashioned dungeon crawl. Good old 8-bit dungeon crawl. I prefer the enemies that like chase me to the enemies that just move randomly. I would prefer to know what they're doing, you know? I don't like these slimes because I never know where they're gonna go. Whoops. Huh? 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 He's gonna juke me. This little slime's gonna... Oh, he juked me! He juked me! That one had a lot of health for some reason. I don't understand it, but he did. Maybe it depends on what direction you hit them from. Like, it does more damage if you hit them from the side. I don't know. Ooh, red slime. Or blob. I don't know what you want to call it. Oh, see, it's getting more mazy, you know? More mazy. Ah, another wall I can't explode yet. Because I don't have a power-up. Need to get the ball of wind. Power up my sword. He said it's in this cave. Whoa! Dragon guys! Little seahorses. How much health do these guys have? Ooh, coinage. Alright, what's in here? I'm afraid. Oh! Boss of some kind. Am I hurting him? Be smart. Stay off the screen. We'll kill him eventually. Ah. Ooh, a big coin. And some warp boots. Jackpot. Now I can teleport myself back to the town. Because the warp boots are like free teleportation. It's like a spell. So like you equip them and then you can teleport yourself to any town you've already been to. So that's a pretty critical item to acquire. I'll tell you that. Because then you don't have to run around. Spend so much time traversing. It's good that they give you the teleportation like right near the beginning of the game. Oh man. Maze. Oh man. Mega maze. And bats. I now have a medical herb. I'm gonna use it because I'm like real low on health. So I mean I'm gonna use it. Life is replenished. Oh, man, more bats though. I don't like them. They're hard to hit. Okay. Oh goodness, it's just a giant maze. What's up here? Ah, nope. I'm gonna stay away from that guy. Can't blow up that wall anyway. Got bats coming at me. Ball of wind! Yes! Yes! Alright, I'll show you what the ball of wind does. So, first, we use it. And now, instead of just the normal 1 power-up that you just witnessed me do, see how it flashes a 1, but now there's another little section there? There's also a second power-up, and this is the one that blows up rock walls. Boom! I now have an antidote. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Do a second power-up. Mega power-up. So, obviously, I think we just farm these guys for coins, because these guys probably give us a lot of coins here. Except this bat's really coming at me. Whoa. Alright, I'm sick of these bats. These bats are gonna be the death of me here. I need to just get out of here. I need to get out of here while I still can. Excellent! Your level has increased. We are now level 3. Booyah! We need 100 coins for the tanned hide, so maybe we should try to like farm a little more and get some coins, you know? Wait, was there a wall up here or just this guy? Just gotta get him before he throws the... Oh no, there wasn't a wall to blow up. I thought there was a wall to blow up. Alright, never mind. But I guess we could just stay here and like farm, right? Get our 100 coins. Just do this over and over again until we get the coins we need. How much does he give me? 4. Weak. Weak. Oh, Fitz! Easy, buddy. Almost took the whole NES with him. $98 coins! Man, do the little dragon guys give me more? These guys are probably the better ones to farm. 102. Kind of want 116 so I can sleep at the inn, you know? You always want to have enough to recharge all your health, too. Buy the item, recharge all your health, and then continue. We only need 10 more coins. Ooh, they give you 4. That's good. That's good coinage. Uh-oh. Alright, let's get out of here. Sick of this cave. Ooh, I can blow up that wall. Oh, I gotta blow it up now. I got to. Ah, see these red slimes. Red slimes are always annoying because they don't move in predictable ways. I don't know which way they're gonna be moving, you know? Killed that one, though. Alright. Boom! What's up here? Oh, a dragon. What do we got? More dragons? More dragons? This is risky. Oh man, what is this? This is like a whole section I didn't even know existed. Like... Okay. I already found the ball of wind. Did I not? Oh no, it's a boss. Oh no, it's a boss, and I didn't mean to be here. I didn't mean to fight this boss. And I died. Alright guys, so that was a mistake. We advanced a little too far and ended up dying to the boss. Let's continue. That sucks! Now we have to do that all over again! Oh no! I didn't know the boss was gonna be there. I had no idea where I was going. Now we gotta grind it all over again. It wouldn't let me leave. Do we have our shield still? Okay, we still have our shield. Well, let's see if we can run through it. I'm gonna run through it, and I'm gonna get the ball, and then I'm gonna fight that boss again. And that's probably where we'll leave off for today. I told you we weren't gonna get to see too much of this game. Because it is an RPG, right? So it's very long. Alright. We don't have to fight things. Oof. 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 Alright, that's where we need to get the ball of whatever first. Oof. It's over here, right? It was like over here. Yeah, down here. The bats. Okay. Ball of wind. Alright, we got the ball of wind. Let's equip that. Gonna get killed by bats, by Zelda bats. Where was there was an herb somewhere. I need to get that health. Yeah, that's good. We'll use that. We'll use that when we go back to the boss, which is definitely what I'm gonna do. What I'm gonna do is go back to the boss. Actually, no, there's no point in killing these guys. Where was it? Here. Alright. You want to do the boss again? Let's do the boss again. Where was he? He was over here. Alright, right up here, right? No? Alright, let's use the herb. No, wait. Use the herb. I don't think it lets you save it anywhere. I think you have to be in a town. Okay, let's use the herb. Life is replenished. Excellent. Okay. Was this the boss or was it over? No, it was here. It was here. It's totally here. I'm gonna power up first. Or no, it was over here. It was in this area, right? Though, like right up here. Yeah, here we go. Oh god, I'm dead already. Oh, you gotta hit it from the side, I guess. Gotta hit him from the side. Bats! I hate the bats! Oh my goodness! Well, I mean, it's so easy to get back there. Here, maybe... I don't know. I was gonna say, maybe we should take some extra herbs. I don't know how much they cost, though. Alright, we'll try to defeat him one more time. We'll give it one more go. The Area 1 boss. Be careful, don't get hit by green slimes. Don't get hit by the green slimes. Or the bats. Whew, that one almost got me. Dragons. Wait, is that where I wanted to go? No. Woo! Woo! Juked him. Alright, here we go. Let's run down here. Get the herb. Need my herb. I hate bats. Bats are the worst. They're gonna get me. I know it. I know they're gonna get me. Alright, hold on. Let me equip it. Whew. Got away from the bats without getting killed. That's nice. Go back the way we came. See if we can beat a boss. Wait, is this right? Or was it... I'm lost again. No. I went too far. This is up here. This is up here that I gotta blow up the wall. Yeah. Ah, dang it. Took damage. Didn't mean to. That's gonna hurt me. Alright. Here's our next go. Here, I'll save it this time too, just in case it does let you save. Alright, ready? Life is replenished. Save. Ah, you can't save. I knew it. Alright, Fitz. The pressure is on. Here we go. Our final attempt at the boss fight from Area 1. The Batman. Missed him. And the bats just... I got killed by that little bat before I even got a single attack off. I need armor. That's the bottom line, guys. I gotta grind. And I'm afraid we do not have enough time to grind. But I think you saw enough of this game to make an opinion, right? But that's the bottom line. You've gotta upgrade. You've gotta grind. You've gotta conquer the oh, that's not what I meant. Hold on. You've got to grind, you've got to collect gold, you've got to level your character up, you've got to buy more gear. There's no way to get through this game otherwise. Alright, no way to do it. So that's where we failed. We're going to need to get the tanned hide armor, the carapace shield, fully level up to level 3 at least, and then and only then do we have a chance of beating the stage 1 boss. But that was enough gameplay for today. I'm glad we got that far. It is, after all, an RPG, and it would take me 20 hours of gameplay to probably beat it with you. So that's all we're going to do for the gameplay segment. The show is not over. The fun will continue. We're going to have a bar trivia challenge, and it's going to be a blast. You're not going to want to miss it. But we're going to take a short 3-minute break first, so mix yourself up another drink, grab a snack. Meet me back here in 3 minutes for the bar trivia challenge, Crystalis edition, on the NES Happy Hour with Fitz and Master G. Welcome back to the NES Happy Hour with Fitz and Master G. It's time for one of my favorite segments. That's right, folks. It's time for the Bar Trivia Challenge. This, the Crystalis edition on the NES Happy Hour with Fitz and Master G. Man, if you've never tuned into the show before, you're missing out. This is the Bar Trivia Challenge. Here's how it works. I love trivia. I love useless information. My head is full of it. None of it counts for anything. And that's the sign of good trivia. So I prepare 5 multiple choice questions. I scour the internet. I try to figure out questions somehow connected in some random roundabout way to today's game. I prepare 5 multiple choice questions. I prepare answers for each, A, B, C, or D, and then I put them in order of what I think might be the easiest to what I think might be the hardest. There's only 5. You get 10 seconds to answer. From now on, your chat will appear on the screen above me. So shout out your answers if you're watching live, A, B, C, or D. Type them into the chat. Try to go 5 for 5. This game, I think it was a pretty good trivia challenge. There's a couple extra game questions in this one, I think, because, it's hard. It's hard to come up with questions for a game like this. But I'll let you decide. See how I did. You guys ready for your warm-up question, your first one? Question number 1. Shall we begin? Let's do it. Okay. An easy one. Game 1. This is your warm-up question. If you watch the show, you better know the answer to this question. The game we played on today's show, the game we played on today's show is named Crystalis. Crystalis is the name of which of the following from the game itself? A, your character's name. B, the ultimate in-game sword's name. C, the final boss's name. Or D, the game's kingdom's name. Why is the game named Crystalis? It's after one of these, A, B, C, or D. If you were watching the show, we went over the answer. If you were paying attention, I'll give you 10 seconds. I'm going to start the clock now. Shout out your answers. Type them in the chat. A, B, C, or D. Those are your choices. Ba-ba-boom. MCAT's going with B. 4 seconds left. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 1. Ooh, Mitch came in late. He's going to go with B. That's smart. That's smart. Go with the crowd. Go with the crowd. I don't know if Cell's still there. I don't know if anybody else is playing. I think we have pretty limited lag today, so I'm going to reveal the answer. Unless some of you other live viewers want to chime in, I'll give you a chance. I know you're out there. I can see the counts. I can't see your names, but I know there's more than 2 of you. All right. The answer, of course, is B. The ultimate in-game sword, Crystalis, the name of that weapon. It is forged by collecting the 4 elemental swords. I won't tell you what they are because I just realized there's a question later about them. You collect the 4 elemental swords, combine them to form the crystal sword named Crystalis, the ultimate in-game weapon, also the key used to defeat the end boss. Congratulations, you're both 1 for 1 on the warm-up question. Question number 1. There's going to be 4 more, and they're going to get harder as we go. Are you ready for question number 2? Question number 2 is this. I almost gave it away, didn't I? Today's game, Crystalis, features 4 elemental forces mastered by the protagonist, which is not one of those elemental forces. That's right. Which of these is not one of the 4 elemental forces featured in Crystalis? A, wind. B, water. C, earth. Or D, fire. Now, we did talk about it in the manual, We played through Area 1, so you got to see one of these elemental forces at work. But were you paying attention during the manual segment? Do you know which one of these is not one of the elemental forces, one of the 4 elemental forces from Crystalis, today's game on the NES? I'll start the clock now. You have 10 seconds. Ooh, Super Mario Bros. Eli is here. Good to see you, mate. Mitch is going with A. MCats is going with C. Earth, Wind. Now remember, which one is not one of those elemental forces? And Celeste is here. She's going with C as well. Super Mario Bros. Eli going with A. We got a full house. We got 4 contestants. This might be the most contestants we've ever had on Bar Trivia. All right, so we got a couple of good guesses. I see 2 C's and 2 A's. The correct answer is C. You are right, Earth. Those of you who guessed C, Earth is not one of the 4 elemental forces in the game. Now, Wind is, and we acquired the Sword of Wind in Area 1. I will show you the sword pages again so you can be reminded. But those are your 4 swords there. You have Wind, Water, Fire, and what? Thunder. The Sword of Thunder. So you got your Wind element, your Water element, your Fire element, and your Thunder element. Those are the 4 elemental forces in the game Crystalis. Earth is not one of them. All right, you guys are doing great. You're doing great. We got a couple people who are still 2 for 2. We got some new live viewers filtering in just in time for the Bar Trivia Challenge. Question number 3 is this. Thunder, right? The element everyone forgets about. That's good. That's good, MCats. Question number 3. Which of the following futuristic science fiction items features prominently in an event from today's game, Crystalis? I told you, it's hard to come up with bar trivia for a game like this, so I had to rely on a lot of game trivia. And I did reveal the answer in our game manual segment, even though we did not acquire this particular futuristic science fiction item in our gameplay hour, because we only got through Area 1 and only got to the boss of Area 1, and there's 9 more. I did read about it in the manual. Which of the following futuristic science fiction items features in today's game? A hoverboard. B, a lightsaber. C, a phaser. Or D, X-ray goggles. One of these items is an item talked about, discussed in the game manual, an item you must acquire at some point in the game in order to advance from one area to the next. Which one is it? 10 seconds. Which one do you want it to be? I don't know. I mean, you know, are you a Star Wars fan or are you a Star Trek fan? Do you want it to be a lightsaber or a phaser? Or do you prefer Back to the Future and the hoverboard? Super Mario Bros. Eli's going B. MCats is going B. Lightsaber. MCats says no wait. Celeste is guessing A. MCats is guessing C. Everybody's guessing C. Mitch, oh no, Mitch's guess was B. I stumped you all because the answer is D, the X-ray goggles. I'm sorry, guys. This is just too hard to come up with trivia outside of the game world of Crystalis. They don't give me a lot to work with. The hoverboard not featured in this game. Fantastic item from Back to the Future. The lightsaber, Star Wars. The phaser, Star Trek. The X-ray goggles do feature prominently in the game. You must acquire them in one of the areas. Why? Because there's a wall that vanishes when you're wearing the X-ray goggles, and you wouldn't even know it unless you had the X-ray goggles on when you're in the presence of that wall, and that's the only way to advance through one of the dungeons later in the game. If I could have gotten far enough, it would have made more sense. What was I? Who was I kidding? Thinking we'd make it all the way to the X-ray goggles area in today's hour-long gameplay segment. All right, that's 3 up, 3 down. You guys know how this goes. Question number 4 is usually the hardest because I always save my favorite one for last, even if it's not the hardest. Question number 4 is this. A science question. Biology. Okay, it's this. What is the name for the dorsal upper section of the exoskeleton or shell in certain arthropods and vertebrates, which is commonly used as a shield in fantasy games like today's game Crystalis. I think you guys might get this one, because I know you guys play these games, and I know you've seen these items, but this is the question. What is the name for the dorsal section of the exoskeleton or shell in certain arthropods and vertebrates, commonly used as a shield in fantasy games like Crystalis? A. Brigandine, the brigandine. B. The carapace. C. The scale. Or D. The splint. All fantastic names for armor in fantasy RPGs. Some of them featured in Crystalis today. Only one of them is the name for the dorsal section of the exoskeleton or shell in certain arthropods and vertebrates. You have 10 seconds. I'll start the clock now. Fitz is scratching at the door. I'm going to let him in. Fitz, would you drink my drink? Come over here, buddy. Come on up. Come on. What do we got? MCAT says no idea. He's going with B, the carapace. Celeste also trying B. Mitch is going with B. Super Mario Brothers, I take it you are Super Mario Bros. Eli. I take it you're going with B as well. Or are you thinking Brigandine? I mean, all of these choices, Brigandine, Carapace, Scale, and Splint, they all feature in fantasy RPGs. Fantasy games in general. You know, they're all types of armor or shields or items you must collect in RPGs, but only one of them is the name of the dorsal section or shell in certain arthropods, and that is B. You are all correct. The Carapace shield, the very first shield we did acquire in today's gameplay segment, the Carapace shield. It is a shell in certain vertebrates. Certain arthropods, it's the exoskeleton. So think those crazy like horseshoe crabs, for instance, and other animals from the animal kingdom like them. You know, I don't know if you've seen those washed up on the beach with that hard looking outer shell. That is called a carapace. It is the name of the dorsal section of the exoskeleton in those arthropods and in certain vertebrates. And it's been commandeered by high fantasy. I don't think in like real medieval times they used shells like that to make armor or shields. But they certainly feature the carapace shields in other games besides this one. And fortunate for you, you got to see me purchase one and equip it and wear it into the dungeon where we got our butts kicked by a bunch of bats. So apparently carapace shields are not effective against the common bat. I think that's what we've learned today, if nothing else. All right, guys, there's one more question. The fifth and final question is this. Today's game, Crystalis, starts with our hero awakening from a cryogenic sleep. His memory is gone. He doesn't even know his name. He was put into the sleep from the times of the Great War where technology ruled the Earth instead of magic. The game starts with him being awakened from that cryogenic sleep. The question is, which of the following famous sports figures was cryonically frozen after his death in 2002? Yes, that's right. About 280 people have been frozen cryonically. I don't believe cryogenic is the name for it. The scientific name is being cryonically frozen. About 280 people, according to the internet, have been cryonically frozen after death and are still frozen to this day. One of them is a famous sports figure who passed away in 2002. Which one is it? A little bit of science, a little bit of sci-fi, futuristic stuff, a little bit of sports trivia for you. Something for everyone here on the show. Your choices are A, Ted Williams, famous baseball player from the 60s. B, Muhammad Ali, famous boxer from the same era. C, Wilt Chamberlain, a giant 7-foot-tall NBA player. D, Johnny Unitas, football quarterback, Baltimore Colts. All of these famous sports figures were alive and thrived right around the same time, 60s, 70s. They have all passed away since then. One of them was famously cryonically frozen after his death in 2002. The hope being that he would stay frozen for a long time, just like the guy in Crystalis, and one day they'd wake him up when they had the power to revive him and bring him back to life somehow. Which one is it? 10 seconds. Clock starts now. Woo! Let's see here. MCAT's learning things. Super Mario Bros. Eli back in the game. Celeste is stunned by this one. Mitch is guessing. He's going A. MCAT's is going A. Mario Bros. Eli is also going A. And Celeste is going with D. Johnny Unitas going against the grain. I like it. I like it. However, MCATS does remember this. Ted Williams is the correct answer, the baseball player. Interestingly enough, as I learned from the internet, I'm not entirely certain he was frozen according to his will. There is some speculation that his children forged his last will and testament, because it looks like someone wrote Ted Williams on a piece of paper and then later filled in the type text saying that he wanted to be frozen, so it made it look like he signed it. There's definitely some controversy around this, but famously his entire corpse was cryonically frozen. Very expensive procedure, and it's being maintained by a company that still does this. Has about 280 human corpses cryonically frozen. The hope being that at some point they will figure out a way to thaw them and revive these dead bodies at some point in the distant future. How long? I don't know. 100 years? 1,000 years? Who knows? Ted Williams, famous baseball player from the 60s, is currently cryonically frozen. It's such a weird story. It is. It is. But, I love sci-fi. I love science fiction. I love the future. And, all that sci-fi stuff is not going to be fiction forever. One day science will be capable of this. I believe it. I think we jumped the gun a little bit. I'm not entirely certain that Ted Williams will still be a viable cryonic corpse by the time science advances far enough to figure out how to bring people back from the dead. I don't know exactly, but interestingly enough, he is probably the most famous person that is cryonically frozen at this moment in time. All right, guys. Mitch, 3 for 5. I know some of you went 3 for 5. I don't think anybody went 5 for 5 because I stumped you all with that one question number 3. But you all performed admirably, and I really appreciate you guys playing. That was the Bar Trivia Challenge, Crystalis edition here on the NES Happy Hour. Cheers. Thank you. All right, guys. I'm just going to say it. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you for sticking with it. Thank you for tuning in. The chat is bumping today. You guys are great, man. All kinds of fans turning out for the Crystalis edition. You guys should stick around for just one more minute. Stick around for just one more minute for the credits. Before I tell you all about subscribing and checking out the website, I want to make sure I talk about our schedule for this week, because tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, that is going to be our last show before we take a short break. We're not going to be streaming on Thursday or Friday. Thursday's Christmas Eve. Friday's Christmas Day. We're going to take a break on Thursday and Friday, and we're going to be back on Saturday and Sunday. But we have one more episode before Christmas. Our Christmas special. It's not really special. It's a normal episode, but we're going to be playing a Christmas game. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern here on the show. Same time, same place on the channel, Retro Gaming Adventures with Master G. We are going to feature Home Alone on the NES, and it's going to be a blast. So wear your Christmas sweaters. We're going to have some fun Christmas cocktails. We're going to play Home Alone. We'll feature the manual. We're going to have a really, really fun bar trivia challenge about Home Alone trivia. One of my favorite Christmas movies. It was like peak childhood for me. Home Alone. So don't miss it. If you love Christmas, tomorrow is our Christmas episode of the NES Happy Hour where we play Home Alone. All right, guys, that's the plug for tomorrow. I'm going to plug our channel, Retro Gaming Adventures with Master G. We're going to be doing great content in between NES Happy Hour. And, of course, we're going to keep doing these seasons until we've played every single one of the 800-plus games. Subscribe if you like what we do. If you like Fitz and Master G, we're trying to get 1,000 subscribers. Right, Fitz? I get it. You're trying to stick your tongue in my mouth while I'm talking. We're trying to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and we only have 8 days left. We're probably about 250 away. So spread the word. Tell everyone to subscribe. It's totally free. You just go to the channel, Retro Gaming Adventures with Master G, click the subscribe button, and you are a loyal fan and subscriber for our great content. Check out our website too, www.fitsandmasterg.com. It's got all of our social media links, so if you just want to look at Fitz's Instagram page, it's just puppy pics, nonstop puppy pics. Click the big red Instagram button on our website, www.fitsandmasterg. You can also click the big blue Twitter button. That'll take you to our Twitter page. Follow us on Twitter at HeyMasterG. You'll never miss out. We always post what we're doing, what's coming up. We share the manuals. We post our drink recipes the night before on the website, so you can get all the ingredients ahead of time and make sure you're ready to go so you can drink along with me live on the show. And, there's merchandise, there's donations. If you want to leave us a message and do a financial donation for this little tip jar above me, it'll show up on the stream live during the show. And all of our old episodes are up there on the website too. You can even watch along live. So it's great. It's great. It's fun. It's fantastic. And that's all I want to say for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. I think we had a pretty solid episode, and we got one more left before the Christmas break. And that's going to be tomorrow. So I hope you guys have a great evening, and I hope you all come back and play with Fitz and Master G on the NES Happy Hour tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. We will see you then.